Hello, honey roses. Good day, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you are in the world. Okay, and so I have a download. Sorry, I got distracted by something. The download is that your growth is defined by the choices that you make. Your growth is defined by the choices that you make. Because everything we do is a choice, and the choices we make lead us to a place, right? So this is what Spirit just put on me to tell you about. Now, what do you want me to use first? Your growth. Okay, I'm being led to these cards over here. And the first card on top says inner work. Okay, so let's see what Spirit has to say. Daydream. Having your head in the clouds can be a source of great inspiration, but be careful when your fantasies become an escape from reality. Okay, so what I'm getting with this is that having your head in the clouds and daydreaming a lot, and it's like it can become habitual. I mean, it's good to be in the clouds like the card said. However, you must bring what you found in the clouds down here and manifest it, make it happen. If you stay in the clouds and you're not like actually activating what you picked up from the ethers or from the cosmos, from that collective consciousness, then it doesn't really shake anything up. It's not going to make any moves. If you just have it and you hold on to it and you don't do anything with it, then it won't serve its purpose. It's kind of like being gifted $1 million, and you choose to either squander it or just leave it sitting somewhere and you never do anything with it because in your mind you just want to hold on to it. That feels like a sense of I get a sense of like a scarcity mindset where you don't, and it's also like being scary as well, not taking the risk towards something that's going to be worth it, taking the risk towards the goal that you want to achieve, making the decision to take down what you received from collective consciousness and actually putting it into fruition. Like if you have an idea that God has given you, you want to activate it. So the first means of doing that is to write it down. I feel like that's the first step, or record it or something. But it has to be recorded in whatever way that is. Okay, that's the first step. And then you begin to do research and see what it is that you need to make it happen, and you just keep going from there. You set the stage to execute. Okay. Secret. Okay, so Spirit is saying be careful who you share your dreamy ideas with. Okay, there's something huge I'm dying to share with you. Someone could have a secret that they want to tell you, or you could have like a secret that you want to share with someone, but let's see what else. But also when it comes to when you get these divine messages, be careful not to share it with someone who doesn't even understand divinity or even their own divinity, because they can completely throw you off and make you feel as though the idea that you've picked up from Spirit is not a good idea. However, if it came to you, it's meant for you, and it sets you on your path. Not everyone is going to understand, and they really shouldn't understand your path, not unless they just get you, and that's a part of your soul tribe. But other than that, not everyone should know about what you're about to do, because if these individuals don't have that same vision or a similar vision to where they could reach into the stars and pick up some knowledge or some ideas from the spirit realm, they may shoot your ideas down and what Spirit has given to you, because they don't receive those messages. So there could be envy involved when you speak to certain people. So be careful who you share your divine messages with. especially if you don't feel like sturdy in your ideas, because all people don't always mean well, and that's just because they could be responding from an unhealed place as opposed to a place of encouragement and wanting to actually connect with you to understand you. Okay? There's just certain people that Spirit is saying stay away from, who are not like supportive. Not saying to expect everyone to support your ideas, but it's an idea. So for somebody to shoot down an idea so quickly without like, I feel like a true member of your tribe will listen to you, first of all, and then help you figure it out. And then also share with you what they think about it, what could make it work, and what could be a problem. Like pros and cons. It's like brainstorming together with someone that you appreciate and care about. That's what someone from your tribe will do for you. That's just that energy. That's what that energy gives. So if you don't have that type of person that you can connect with, you shouldn't tell anyone else, because it's just detrimental to your plans if you're still like sensitive in your when you are very tied to spirit in such a way where you're tied to yourself, like you're really in tune with yourself, there will always be that spirit that will activate you to tell you, okay, you can hear people out and hear, their perspective, but you must also have like this, almost like a bodyguard, I want to call it, like a security system within you, to not allow you to take, to take heed or to take offense to what someone says if they don't believe in what it is that you've been given from Spirit, okay? Because God will give you messages that other people may not understand, because it's not meant for them. There's only a special group of people that are actually aligned and assigned to you once you connect with your soul tribe that will be able to get you and understand what you're talking about. Okay? Because many times in life it's very easy for you to be around people who aren't as connected as you are spiritually. So you must be careful with who you share this information with. Fear of failure is upside down. Okay, that's good. So Spirit is like saying, when you don't feel failure. I can't talk. Hold on. The F's are flipping me up right now. If you don't fear failure, yes, that's what I want to say, then it is more likely that you will gain success quicker. And the reason why I say that is because failure is bound to happen. Like, that's just a part of this whole process. It's a part of this journey. If you even look at some individuals who are famous in the public eye, or some individuals who have been working on different businesses, and you'll hear plenty that some people start businesses and it's a flop, and they close that one, move on to the next one, until it works, and they figure out the formula that works for them. And then once they find it, they stick with it. And sometimes they repeat that same formula that they use to make it work, or they'll tweak it a little bit and create another business and make it work again. It's just like this system that you find within the failure. When you go through failure, you learn. I don't know why the F with failure is just coming out crazy right now. Your fear of failure can be very crippling, especially when it keeps you from even trying. Right? I feel like that's that like analysis paralysis energy that I'm picking up on. I'm not saying that you have that here, but for those who do, that's something that Spirit wants you to work on, because it really stops you from being able to activate the true nature of you, to actually make mistakes, learn from them, and move on, and not feel bad when things don't go the way you anticipated or in the way in which you desired whatever to happen to go down. Okay? Because sometimes, it's just like that. It's just life. What else? Dream Home almost came out. I saw it. I was going to take it out, but I wanted to drop. I'm only going to take what drops. Okay. Fortune. Let me read it. When fortune appears in your life, limitations disappear. As you sit back and watch your dreams manifest before your eyes, you are filled with a profound sense of gratitude and wonder. Okay? And financial freedom. When you are financially free, your lack of money no longer defines the limitations of your life. All right, what else? Growth and decision making, training, growth. The more you allow yourself to learn from everything that you possibly can in life, it doesn't matter if it's something big or something small. As long as you are learning throughout this whole journey, you can't really go wrong, because that's the whole point of this place. It's about learning. It's about allowing your soul to experience that soul journey, okay? It's through learning. It's through tests. It's through learning about different people and learning about why people are the way they are, learning about different cultures, learning to appreciate people for who they are. Like, you are who you are because of how you was raised and where you was at. Just, if people would just respect people for who they are, the world would be a better place. It's like many different people around the world, if you're different from them, then they automatically have like these bias ideas towards you because of what they've been taught. It's not usually what comes from them, it's just the ideology that has been implanted in their subconscious mind. But then not many people think, I know some people do, but many people don't think about, like, I didn't get a chance to get to know those types of people or that person in general, whoever it may be, or whichever group it may be. So why be so critical if I didn't even get a chance to know them myself? So I'm using someone else's judgment to pass judgment, even though I never even experienced them before. I never had an actual relationship. I find that so sad that so many people are so quick to pass judgment on people based on what others say instead of getting to know them themselves. Okay? Let's see. It goes to show how many people are not leaders. Most people follow. Okay, promotion. Elevated earnings come hand in hand with heightened responsibilities. Yeah, and that aligns right with boss. It's like spirit wants everyone to have that boss energy, because you must be a boss over your own life in order to keep your home in order. You must be able to handle your own stuff. That's just one thing that needs to be done. Now, if you're someone who, when it's time to get things done, you put it aside a lot, it's like Spirit is saying, try your best not to do that and get things done so that you can actually see the progress, because not seeing progress within your life can make you feel bad about yourself. It can make you feel unworthy. Spirit is trying to save you from feeling unworthy and bad about yourself. Okay? Self-care. If you want to live like royalty, start treating yourself like royalty. Do you genuinely believe in your worthiness to attain the abundance you desire? Empowerment. Okay, it came out in reverse, so don't be around individuals that don't empower you, like that don't, there's just some people that have this really negative Nancy type energy. You don't want to be friends with those people, because they're going to have you, they'll take your energy way down to where it's not even meant to be. Okay, divine beings aren't low, they go high. So no, if anybody is giving you anything opposite than power, if people are not speaking power around you and they speak in weakness all the time, that is not your people. Not unless you're choosing to be around those people and then you make them your people. But that's your decision to make. Okay? Are you ready to fully step into your power? and accept all the responsibilities that comes with it. Oh, you darling. Leader. Leader is in reverse. Connection, training, leader. Okay. There's many people in your life that see you as a leader, but this came in reverse. So they see you as a leader, but they don't want to acknowledge that for whatever reason. Maybe they don't feel like they have the same leadership qualities you do, or whatever, what have you. It could be anything. But be careful of those people, because those are those type of people that we was talking about in the beginning, where Spirit started to tell me, don't tell everyone about your stuff and in which direction you want to go and your ideas, because they'll shoot you down and make you feel like your thoughts are worthless and quickly not really believe in yourself. You don't need nobody like that. As a born leader, you can truly bring out the best in others by guiding them and inspiring them. Entitlement. Why do you believe that you deserve benefits and privileges that you haven't earned or worked for? Boss, promotion, entitlement. Let me see. Boss, promotion, and okay. So for some of you, you must remember that in order for you to have a certain position that you want, you do have to do the work. It's just really about getting back to the work and the growth and the learning. If you could be good at something, but maybe there's more that you can add on to what you already got going on that will make you more marketable, valuable, intentional with your direction that you're going in. That can, it's undeniable when you have a skill. Nobody can take that away from you. So as long as your skills are on point, then there's nothing really more that you need. If you know how to do a thing, that's all you really need, as long as you know how to do it. Okay. Discovery is upside down. Yeah, like people, you have some people around you that really don't want you to be who you are, and they want you to stay where they're at in that conditioning mindset, the conditioned mindset to be like everybody else. So when you come out talking about these discoveries and all this, they start to feel some type of way because they feel like you have growth, and they try to lock you up to continue to think as they do. So continue to be very mindful about how people respond to you when you tell them something that you have going on. And it's just a simple fact that some people, they don't know how to separate their own stuff from life to be able to just converse with a person. It always has to be all about them all the time. So when you get around people like that, they're not open to communicating with you about you, but those will be those same people that will call you when they need somebody to talk to. But when you're ready to talk, they might not be there for you. Now that's not everybody, because some people is mutual. If they need to talk to you, you there, and when you have something to talk about, they're there. But then you have those other ones that's not like that. It's not reciprocal. They just want to feed off your energy. So be careful of those people, and don't let people who are not connected to their divinity separate you from yours. Okay? Because that is not right at all. And you must know that you must remember that you have that discernment for a reason. It's really to protect you and to protect your growth. Because you see this rose here? You will always find weeds near growth. And what do weeds do? They take from the growth of the rose and they try to suffocate the rose from its growth. And people do the same thing to us in our lives if we allow. Okay? There is still an essential piece of your puzzle that you have yet to discover. A missing piece of information must fall into place before you will know your next step. Okay, so this is what Spirit wants to talk about. It's really about the decision making. Don't allow other people in your life to make you change course off the strength of their disbelief in themselves that they project onto you. You are an artist, and many of you are advocates, and you may somehow blend your advocacy with your artistry and make something beautiful. But whatever you do, it's heaven sent. It's God sent. So it's meant for you to do. You can't tell people who don't have a divine alignment like you do about your divine connection and divine flow of information that was channeled to you, because they won't understand it anyway. So of course they're gonna shoot it down. Remember this message when you try to tell somebody something and then they act in funny style, like they don't even want to hear you. They might try to change the subject, or they might tell you, oh, I don't think that's gonna work, and then change the subject. You already know what that's about. So just be mindful of this, because Spirit needs you. Spirit gave you these messages for a reason. When we get messages as spiritualists, especially those who mean well and they have good intentions, when you get messages, we're supposed to get those messages and we're supposed to share them. That's the whole point. We're not supposed to keep these messages to ourselves. I mean, now some messages we get, we're not supposed to tell nobody, and Spirit will tell us when we're not supposed to tell nobody. However, there are some messages where they're meant to be told. So be sure to stay on divine alignment, regardless of those that are around you that are not aligned, that try to get you off your course. Okay? That's what this message is about. Don't allow other people to stunt your growth, because there are weeds that will always lurk around us, but we have to be mindful to cut them off when they need to be chopped. Okay? Because they can't stop your growth if you don't allow them too close. All right? If you would like to book, I just heard Jill Scott's voice in my mind. Is that Jill Scott? I think so. She said, all right, like that in one of her songs, that there is only one for me. You have made the possibility. That's that song. All you gotta do is say yes. Don't deny what you feel, baby, undress you, babe. Open up your mind. That song is in my head now. But all you have to do is say yes to that divine alignment, okay? That's where we're gonna leave it right there. If you would like to book a healthy conversation or a reading or purchase a book from me, you can. Just visit www.MNHONEYROSE.org to do so. Okay, you can also join my membership to support me. I appreciate you. I thank you for your support, and I thank you for joining the membership in advance. You will find extended readings there as well as additional readings, and there'll be love readings on that side. Now, it's going to be love for self as well as love for those in your environment, because I've been finding when I read for that membership, it's been a lot of switcheroos where sometimes it's love for others and sometimes it's love for self. So yeah, that's what Spirit wants to say. Everything you do, do it with love. I'll see you in the next one.